Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's lesson, you are going to learn how to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept of a given equation. Now, what does the x-intercept mean? And what does the y-intercept mean? The x-intercept means that the graph is going to cross the x-axis and therefore the value of y is going to be 0. Whereas for the y-intercept, the graph is going to cross the y-axis and your x-coordinate is going to be 0. So let's get into this and explain what it looks like in general. Normally, when you're given an equation to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept, it is usually given in the standard form. And the standard form is ax plus by equals c. That's the standard form. And in order to find the x-intercept, you are going to set your y value to 0. So let's write that first. The first step is you're going to set step 1, and just the only step is set y value to 0 or equals 0. So I'm going to rewrite my standard form of equation here. All right, and I need to, wherever I see my y, I'm going to substitute that with 0. So I'm going to substitute it with 0. Okay, this is going to simply give me 0. All right, 3x minus 0 equals that. You just simply get rid of that and you write 3x equals 24. Now, the 3 is multiplied onto the x. To get rid of it, we have to do the inverse of multiply, which is divide. So we divide both sides by 3. This is going to cancel out. X is going to be 8. Now, what does that mean? Therefore, if x is 8, our coordinate is going to look like this. This is our coordinate here, all right? Our x-intercept is at 8, 0. Now, you might say to yourself, what does it look like graphically? So let's show you what it looks like graphically. Let's go in increments of 2 here on our graph. So this is always our x first, or x, and our y. So x is at 8 right here and 0. This is literally our x-intercept. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now, let's use the same equation in the standard form and let's find the y-intercept. So in order to find the y-intercept, right, we are simply going to also set our x value equals 0 to find our y-intercept. So let's go ahead and do this. So our x value is going to be 0, right? Okay, and so this is going to be 0 minus 4y equals 24. We get rid of that. It's simply 4y equals 24. Because the negative 4y is being multiplied onto the y, we are going to do the inverse of multiply, which is divide. So we're going to divide by negative 4 on both sides. This is going to cancel out, and this is going to give me negative 6. So this means that the coordinate here, right, is going to be at 0, negative 6. And you may say to yourself, what does that mean? Let's do it graphically for you. Let's do it in increments 2, so I should say going down. So on your y-axis, right, 0 for your x-coordinate, because this is x and this is y, 0 at negative 6. This is on your y-axis here. This is your x-axis. All right? So that's what you need to know in terms of finding it using the standard form equation that's given to you and finding your x-intercept or your y-intercept. Remember, for this one over here, you are going to set your x value to 0 or equals 0, however you want to state it. Now, you know that I always like to give more than one example, and I like to give variation. Variety is the spice of life, And this way you will become versed in math when I give various examples. I'm going to use negative x plus 2y. You have to use the same step. To find the x-intercept, you're going to set your y value to 0. So x remains the same, plus 2, and then I'm going to do parentheses. I'm going to put a 0 here, and we're going to continue on. This is going to be 0. Negative x plus 0 equals 8. You just drop it and just don't write it, the plus 0 in the next line. But you notice here that you have negative x. You might say to yourself, what do I do now? But guess what? If you have no number in front of the variable, it's an invisible one. So because it's an invisible one, you have to, and this invisible one, negative 1 now, is being multiplied onto the x. You have to do the inverse of multiply, which is divide. So you have to divide by negative 1, and you do it on both sides. This cancel out. So x now is equals to negative 8. So your coordinate here, your x value is negative 8 and your y value is 0. This is what your coordinate will look like. In terms of the graph, graphically, let's write what it's going to be graphically for you. Negative 8 and 0 is going to be right here. It crosses, this is your x-axis, okay, and it crosses right here, okay. Now let's use the same example, and let's do it over here. Negative x plus 2y equals 8, all right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set, because I need to find the y-intercept, I must set my x value to 0. So negative 0, if you want to do it that way, plus 2y equals 8. And so this obviously is just simply 2y equals 8. So therefore y divided by 2y is equals to 4. I hope by now you're versed with the division and the multiplication, and you'll be able to identify and see it. Because 2 into 2 is 1 and 2 into 8 is 4. So now your coordinate is going to be simply 0, 4. That is your coordinate. Now what does that look like graphically? I'm going to demonstrate that to you, or I'm going to show that to you. So you have your graph, all right? You go in increments. Even if you go in increments of 1 is fine. Make sure your increments are the same distance, all right? So graphically, what is saying that x is 0, then y value, right, is going to be 4. So this is going to be, and this is your y-axis, all right? This is your y-intercept. It's crossing your y-axis at 4, 0, 4. So I hope that you were able to solve for your y-intercept and your x-intercept, and also you were able to see what it looks like graphically and make that connection. And I hope that this has helped you tremendously, because now you're able to see the connection with the graph and also with the coordinate and linking them together. Thank you for watching. Please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share my video with others around the world so they too can grasp math. And if they have a phobia in math, they can overcome their phobia from my lessons. Thank you all for watching, and see you soon on the other side. Bye now. Cheers.